hope we're live. I hope this is working. Welcome to another stream, and I guess once again, weird hours. So if no one's gonna come to this, it's like, okay, it's there. We're probably just gonna turn this into, oh, announcement post. I just realized I gotta go wait, a few seconds. We got technical difficulties. BRB. Ah, okay, see, the BRB scene works perfectly. Okay, so see, if you saw previously, I still had my edit bar up, so I was just curious if it would work, if I could do the BRB scene and change it, but no, it worked totally fine. So, okay, announcements. Here's the plan, okay? What is in store for scheduling right now is that I definitely can do one day that I'm going to put aside for this. I will update that after this stream in regards to when that one day happens, that I definitely can make time. And then the other idea was that I would definitely have another day, and I would put that as kind of like the mystery day that I guess is more like, because I don't actually know my schedule. So I definitely try to put 2 streams every week. The other one that I wanted to do as well is that I personally, I can't seem to probably go for more than an hour. I feel my brain kind of stops working after then. So whether that hour, if we pre-vote maybe on what people prefer, whether that's more focused on tarot readings, or whether you want to focus on the chatty, or whether we let the people that come in on the day on what they prefer, if that's what the preference is for that one. So I think we fixed the background noise with the fan. However, that being said, maybe we haven't. Oh, yay! We have somebody coming in. Welcome, my friend, to the first chat. Okay, so I've got this. I think this is a new person. We got the sign up. I basically tarot readings, and I do story time, or I guess a mystery. Let me pick on which one I prefer to do. I guess it's your first time here. I recommend that we do tarots. The way it works is that we can do blind readings, or we can do, what do you call it, guided readings. So it depends on would you prefer personally, right? I would ask a question and I would draw tarots on what it says, or would you prefer to just kind of let the universe decide on what your question is and go from there? What's your preference right now? Or if you're not feeling chatty, that's fine. We could just do a blind reading. A tarot. Yeah, let's go tarot. Okay, then. You got a question. So questions can be I'm thinking, that's totally fine. So the way it works is that, I don't know, some people be like, oh, tell me, I don't know, my life's purpose, or my love life, or disclaimer as well, any of these information given this will be as reliable as, I guess, a random cat-made girl on the internet. So don't make actually any serious decisions probably based on this. Take it with a grain of salt. It's all for fun. But yes, definitely. What ails you in this age? What questions do you want the universe and mystic forces to answer for you, my friend? The thinking. Regardless, I will do the card shuffles. With my tarots in particular, we do for reverse cards as well. That also will do different things for that. Okay, will I ask or you? Yeah, ask a directed question for the cards. What sort of questions do you have about, I don't know, your current existence that you want the cards to ask? You just need a question, right? Or if you want a blind reading, that's totally fine. Up to you. What do you want? I don't mind at all. Regardless, I can draw past, present. Oh yeah, so I drew for a blind reading, it's 4 cards. For a directed question, it's 3. Basically, it's past, present, future. If it's a blind reading, basically how that works is that the extra card will be for I guess the question that the universe thinks you might have. So what are you feeling? You're thinking a question? Not sure of a question? That's totally fine. Okay, career prospects. There we go. Let's go do a 3-card draw. Can you tell me about Fab Bon Chimins? Hopefully I pronounced that right. If not, I'm so sorry. Past, present, and future drawings. Let's have a look right now. Okay, so your first card, my friend, for your past is the Empress. So this looks into your past. Let's have a look on what your past is in regards to career. Okie dokie. So it says that in your past, you're a person who likes to express your ideas a lot, but you've also taken calculated risks in your career, right? It says that in your past, at least, your passions have always been really important in regards to your career as something important. And that, okay, I guess getting what you want was always another big part of that responsibility in career. So I don't know if that speaks anything to you for your past or what your current situation is, but I guess it says from that, I don't know, you know, here we go. Yes, I used to have passion. Okay, then, so that could be it, where, like, obviously in the past, you know, with those career prospects coming, you're like, yep, you know, I want something in that way. Obviously, something's happened. So let's go look into your present. Let's go do a draw for that card. We have reverse justice. So let's have a look at what the reverse of justice says for you. Oh, where are we in the thing? There we go. So, oh no. Okay. For your present, all right, it does say that, I don't know, are you currently like living your truth, okay, or there will be the consequences, right? It says maybe in your work situation, there could be, okay, and this is what it's saying, that whatever situation you've got now, I guess it says, like, you got to do your part for what's real and what's right and what you feel. So maybe potentially it could be something where you feel somewhere where you're not really where you want to be. Maybe you're in kind of a transient state, right? But it says that if there's anything in the past, you got to let go and turn a new leaf, right? So I don't know. I guess maybe as of now for the present, it could be like a bit of a exploratory state. Maybe you're still getting settled. I'm not sure. Maybe you've got kind of places you want to be, but we're not really there yet. It does mention the university is killing me. Okay, so that could be it in regards to it. Like, obviously, in regards to university, what you do there could be like super different, okay, to what you actually do when you get in the workplace. Once again, if you feel maybe it could be that whether it's right for you or not right for you, I guess it's knowing your truth, right? And at least that's definitely what the cards are saying for that. So let's go look at your future, my friend. Oh my god, we got a lot of character cards for this reading. I feel so bad. Okay, you got the Fool, but it's like up. So let's go have a look at what that says for you, my friend. Let's have a look. That is 0, the Fool. Okay. Okay. No, this is actually not too bad. Okay. So what it's saying in regards to your future, you got to take things as they are, right? So matters are proceeding as planned, right? I guess it says for the future to like do your part to settle any outstanding disagreements, kill others with kindness, and let them suffer the consequences of their actions, right? But it says for your future that definitely in regards to your career, you know, it would be something good. They recommends, you know, to build, I guess, investments and even like things for like home and stuff. Fool. No, so the cards basically have like things on them. So what you've drawn basically is for your first card you've drawn 3, the Empress, which is a character. You've just drawn Reverse Justice, and for your last card you've drawn the Fool. And the way tarots work is basically each of the cards will, you know, give you insight into basically some of the challenges you might face, good things that could come, but basically once again take them with a grain of salt. But I hope that gives them clarity. I guess, like, you know, you're obviously in a very transient time in regards to university. What the future is saying is to probably take them as they are. You know, it's still a step-by-step process in regards to career. So it's just saying if you meet any people who, I guess, are being like in the way, it actually says, you know, kill them with kindness. Don't take the bait, right? And definitely for the future, it says talks about investments, and that's definitely something to look forward to. So I hope that basically gives you insight into, I don't know, your career and what you hopefully have for your prospects. What we can do is basically now, whether like there's any other aspects of your life that you would basically like to question in regards to cards, or we can go into a story time, or if there's any other questions, that's totally fine. I'm like pretty chatty as well. Wait, where's the sign? Oh, I forgot to activate my tarot. Okay, here we go. So if you're, I guess, I don't know if you've worked with VTubers before, but basically we have assets and we have like cool things that we can activate. I was supposed to activate my tarot reading card thing for that. If you obviously want to have you chatty and have any story times, we can also do that as well. well. And the other one would be, there we go, we got spilled the tea if you want to have some tea and talk about that as well. So I don't know, you feeling the cards were good or not? If not, give me another chance, ask another question to the universe, and I'm sure it'll be probably something hopefully better. But no, thanks for coming to the chat. I guess what I do is that I will hopefully be able to do a bunch of other things as well when it comes in the mail. There's rune rocks that I don't know where my original ones went, but they're currently in the mail to get. But then we can try to do rune readings. They work slightly different to tarots. Tarots are, how many cards are in the deck? I don't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, basically you draw them and they will give you insight to hopefully what helps. So I hope that helps in regards to your career for that. Any other questions, my friend, on what may or may not ail you with the questions of the universe? You can also ask questions in regards to friends and stuff. That's also another common one as well. How about my friends? Okie dokie. Oh no, friends, like you can ask tarots. You could be like, oh, like, yeah, anything specific about your friends? Like, how, I guess we could do a generic thing about friends as well. You can ask about if your friends have any things where you think, oh, that's a good question to ask about them. I don't know, up to you. Do you want to do just like a general reading on regards to friends? That could work. And thanks for coming as well to the chat. It was a quick join as well. I think most of the time, sometimes I'm just like sitting here. There's no one coming for a while. Okay, we can draw about your friends. You happy with that? I'll do a directed question. Tell me cards about what fam Bonchemin's friends. Let's go. Let's see what it thinks about it. 3 card draw. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Will my friends be happy with his life? Okay, think about that particular friend. We have drawn that card about that. We're going to go see about, hopefully, the cards that give us insight to the past, present, future. We're going to go left to right, and we're going to have that now. So for the first card, we have drawn, what is this? There we go. We have drawn 2 of Pentacles. There we go. I was like, I had the card flipped it the wrong way. There we go. 2 of Pentacles. Woo, where are we going this way? Their past. Okay. It says that their past in regards to their life, they need to let go of something, okay? Old in preparation for new opportunities, right? And it talks about maybe even like, I guess work, like, I guess it said maybe something that they may have had harder in the past, maybe like brainstorming with peers or like teamwork or something. So I don't know about this particular friend, but it just says their past, maybe they've got something like that may be holding them back. Not a lot about it, but I guess it's upwards of Pentacles, okay? I guess your friend's not here, you can talk to them after and see how reliable it is. For their next card, they got the reverse Ace of Cups. So we're gonna go have a look at that one. Okay. Ooh, okay. So, in regards to your friend being happy with their life, right? It actually says currently, okay, they might be having a situation where it might be a bit tricky to accept assistance from others. So I assume that's maybe, you know, sometimes we want to be independent and then we don't really want to, like, how do I say, take help from people, but it's actually saying, you know, sometimes it's good, or at least in this point of their life, to take that assistance and take that help from people. It does say that, I guess, in regards to their life, not to be too full of themselves, but to act with determination and know when to say no. So once again, I guess your friend's not exactly here for this one, but yeah, I guess in regards to their life, that's what their current situation might be. Just, I guess, communicating with other people is a big important thing right now. But yeah, making sure that they work hard for what they want. Okay, and finally, for their future, we have reverse. What? I can't count. There we go. 4 of Pentacles. So let's have a look at that one. Is this right? Here we go, reversed. So, okay, here we go. We have a nice little warning for them, just to be careful. So you want them to be happy, right? It says, I guess, for their future in regards to happiness, they need to be careful, right? That I guess it's a warning. So confusion and loss are likely if you let greed or insecurity take over. So I guess this is a warning reading. In regards to happiness, it's probably saying that pursuing things, you know, like that would probably not end well. It says challenge and opposition are on the horizon, so meet them head on. So it's saying that, I guess, for them to be happy, if there's a challenge and it's like a life worth living that you want to enjoy, take the challenges, take the shots, right? I guess it's saying that there's no point just, how do I say, living a life where, well, his talents is so they can handle it. Exactly, right? So it's, I guess, especially, I don't know what space they work in, if it's like something like arts or something maybe specific to like an industry, it's taking those shots. Like, I guess if it's like, I don't know, it can be intimidating. Oh my goodness, okay, then medicine, right? Once again, it can be probably quite stressful. And it's just saying, meet them head on. Don't be scared to take those things, right? It does actually also say that for the future, they're gonna feel, I guess, the demands of what personal security, right? So that's probably just saying just to be, aware of those things when they happen, and not to let it consume you, so that it sacrifices your happiness. But I don't know. I guess if they were in the chat, they could say, "Yeah, this is a vibe. Maybe not as a vibe, but I mean." You can say, "Hey, friend, I got this cat girl to do a reading on you. She gives you this advice." Literally. Well, I'm glad if it's working. Like, I hope that it gives insight for them to be happy. Obviously, that seems like a pretty stressful time if they are currently doing that. So I wish them all the best for that future. And yeah, I agree. Happiness is something we all pursue in our lives. So just making sure that we keep that as like a focus and something that, we're working towards, not letting like other things get in the way. So I hope that hopefully helps in regards to a little bit of insight for them in regards to that. So any other questions, my friend? What is this? But he can be a pain. Okay, sometimes. Well, I guess that's the thing, right? Don't let other things necessarily comprise your happiness, but make sure, I guess, to consider others. I think it mentioned in the present for him to make sure he was speaking to others as well, okay? I think even like teamwork or something. So, I guess you as the friend, you could be like, "Hey, the tarot said this about you." Have a good job. Hopefully gives you insight on being happy. But I guess that's really, really sweet of you to consider your friend in regards to that, for that. So, okay, there we go. Got any other burning questions in regards to things? Surely there's a lot. I mean, here's the lucky thing, is that normally there's quite a few people in the chat, so you get like a bunch of free tarots, if you want the free tarots, of course, right? I guess it also depends on how much future you want. Some people prefer some things to be unknown, especially if they're warning ones. It's just kind of like, oh, okay, I gotta consider that now, which is a bit spooky. I guess, is this the first time you've like talked to VTubers before, or like have you spoken to VTubers before? I could give you like the cool rundown of like kind of roughly the cool things VTubers can do. We've got like we need to try to do this. See, I can be like this. Thank you so much for coming to my tarots. We got expressions and those sort of things, so that's roughly how VTubers work. If I tell him about tarot, he will say JoJo reference. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna assume, are you the sort, like the anime sort, we can do it just chatting. We're gonna go do the tea. Here we go. We're gonna do some tea. Alright. Are you the sort that goes to anime cons and stuff like that as well? So you may have had experience with VTubers before and that sort of stuff. I'm pretty bad when it comes to like anime. I feel like I only watch the mainstream ones. And then even then, I get frustrated that the anime is not finished, so I go to the manga and I just read it, and then I'm just like, okay, I know the ending, but I probably shouldn't talk too much about anime because then I risk spoiling everything to a bunch of people. But no, I think it's definitely something good. I think, especially with the explosion of cons these days, it's like really nice to see everybody with a common hobby and that sort of thing as well, which is really, really cool. But yeah, okay, well, I mean, Okay, what are you feeling? What are you feeling? Feeling chatty, or do you feel like more tarrots? I'm basically open game. What is this? I learned about VTubers because of. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, I think that's the cool thing about so many different VTubers now is that it's like, oh, there's so many. There's so many unique ones. I guess I'm kind of new to this thing, so if I'm kind of, I don't know, we're trying to work it out. And I'm looking at other VTubers and going, okay, they're doing that. I'm gonna try that. I've got as well. I don't know if it's your first time here. I've got like a YouTube where I stick all the stuff on there for like old streams. Also, I guess shout out to anyone who's obviously watching this on replay. I will be popping up all like my scheduling soon on the Twitters and the Instagram. It's called X now. But anyways, for that, so that way, I guess when I go on at odd hours, it'll hopefully give people an idea roughly of what I'll be on. I think tonight would be a a quieter stream, which is totally fine because this is usually kind of out of my usual hours for that. But how about topics? Is there anything in particular, Fab Bonchamin, that you would like to talk about today? I guess that's the good thing about Chatty is that we'll just pick a random topic and we can just chat about it if there's anything in particular. Or if, of course, you just like to go on the tarot train, we can totally do that as well. We can just ask the universe all questions, right? Here we go. Random, I guess. Okay, we can choose a random topic. What topic do I want to talk about today? What's an interesting thing? Okay, I'm going to tell you about the story that I wanted to like get into like the filmmaking scene, right? And I'm gonna just start out with like a really big statement, and then you're gonna be like, what? And then we're gonna rewind. Okay, so there was this time where this guy broke his rib on set, and see, it wasn't even my fault. Okay, so basically, I had this whole thing where if you do filmmaking, a lot of it's kind of at least like poor filmmaking. You basically end up with a bunch of volunteers, and you're like, hey, we want to basically build a project. And I had this great idea. We're like, oh, we're gonna do like a fight choreo scene. We didn't even get past like the trailer as well because of how it didn't go too well. But we had this guy and he's like, oh yeah, I used to be like a stuntman. And this other guy was like, oh yeah, I used to be like I guess he did for fun like the wrestling or something. We know exactly what we're doing. So like the guy, he's like, okay, like the stuntman's like, I'm gonna throw you, and the other guy's like, yup. Right, and he throws him, and I'm like recording and going, oh great, this is like a really good fight scene. We had it all like down pat because they wanted to add some flair, and then I guess he didn't fall correctly, right? And yeah, I guess that's where you realize you're like, oh, okay, no, filmmaking kind of rough because then it ended up we had to call set, and then I guess he had to go to the hospital. So there we go. How my experience with filmmaking was a little bit not so great. I don't know. You're much of an arty person, Fab. Poor guy. I know. All right. So I guess that's where my dreams of filmmaking died. Is that you find with filmmaking, and I give the biggest respects to anyone who continues into the filmmaking, is that you don't have resources. As a filmmaker, you're basically stuck with like trying to get everything for free. You're asking volunteers. You're doing a bit of a like, oh, you want to film here? Where it's just like, okay, you just have your camera and a bunch of volunteers and shoot. Go the best. And oh my goodness, I think casting is kind of rough because even when we were trying to do like a concept trailer or something, we had a lot of people like, oh, I can't make it as the actors. It is really rough when you have your whole team of like lighting and okay, wait, I probably should talk more about filmmaking from like the beginning because it's a lot of out of context. Okay, filmmaking has like your behind camera or in front of camera, right? I would always probably be behind camera because that's probably where I'm at. I'm much more of like the editing and like the filmmaking, and I get the cool clapperboard and go like rolling on, quiet on set, rolling, action, and then cut. Right, that's probably my thing. But yeah, we tried to make a cool trailer for like a thing. I've come to other people. Oh wait, we have another Twitch person. Hello, other viewer. Welcome to the chat. I think this has become a just chat unintentionally. But if you want to do... Oh, okay, Risky Ozdev. Okay, yeah, I don't know. Up to you. Do you want to do tarots, or you can just listen to the end of this, like, rant on filmmaking and how I had this big dream? Probably won't be chatting too much. Hey, that's totally fine. I mean, I'm up for the chat whether you prefer if we all do like a story time chat or whether Risky Ozdev. Obviously, this thing was called free tarot readings. Did you want to do a quick tarot reading for that in regards to your life questions? Do you want to do a blind reading? Maybe later. That's totally fine. We're gonna just keep chatting about how I tried to become a filmmaking person, and then I didn't because a dude broke his rib. But I think that's what you realize. Like, filmmaking is chaos, right? Like, you try to organize, hey guys, we're gonna go meet here, and then it turns out when we got there, we got kicked out because we weren't supposed to film in that place. No. I've been lucky enough to have friends who was studying film, so I was like a runner and I could like watch how they were doing it. And I guess the good thing about actually studying it is they actually give you like the cool equipment to use. But I definitely feel the problem with filmmaking is that like if you were to not study anymore, then what would you like? The equipment's just too expensive to get. I feel if you wanted to do anything, and then obviously filming in itself, I think just to get like we were doing 3 hours and we probably got 3 minutes out of it. Like when you cut it down and like all that footage goes together, you're going like, oh my goodness, right? It's quite a difficult run. So I would just say like my advice for like filmmaking is that it's probably not. What's this? Lagged a little bit. Oh no. What? Okay, did we miss something? Did it cut out? Do I need to repeat something? um. Okay, no, thanks for letting me know in regards to the lag. I guess we're still getting used to the limitations of this. I have, for, I guess, people from last stream as well. I think someone recommended I try to do like cool maths games, only to realize I don't think my computer runs Flash anymore, so I probably wouldn't be able to do that. But it's a thing in the future where if I could figure out around the lag problem, I'd love to play games eventually one day. But not a future thing. Okay, wait, back to story. Filmmaking. Oh yeah, so, huh? Oh, what's this? Visa just doesn't like me. Okay, but I think okay. What else is filmmaking? Okay, yeah. So filmmaking, the aspects. This is gonna become like a teaching filmmaking thing. I basically signed up for like a 3-day filmmaking course where they were like, here, a book, read, great, powerful thing, and then you realize that yeah, filmmaking on like ground level, like I guess like a you and me case versus I guess the pros, it's just like significantly different. As a filmmaker, you basically are on a poor man's shoestring budget, and I think the thing you learn is that it's just you hassling. There's like the film that's in your brain, the film that's written, and then the film that gets filmed. And I can assure you, in regards to what's filmed, it's probably most of the time lower than expectations. Yeah, so it was my dream to do basically like I'd love to try like get better at action scenes or like fight choreo, but after watching a bunch of videos and as you may have heard that previous story, I was like, okay, we got the short concept trailer out, and I was like, I'm never gonna touch filmmaking again. Right? For people who can do it, I would say you've got true chaos energy, being able to scrabble something together from people to, oh, I left my lights at home so we don't have lighting, to the battery's flat here, or we can't do it on set, or this actor's not here, what are we gonna do? Chaos on set is like 10 stars difficulty, okay? That is my filmmaking experience, and I would say that for anybody. I'm like, yeah, if you want to get into film, think about it. It's very interesting. But for those who do, biggest respects. It's the coolest stuff ever. Very, very cool. Oh my god, we have another person joining the chat. Okay, yeah, this has become just chatty. Third person joined the chat. This was labeled tarots as well, so if you want to do a tarot reading on some life questions, let me know whether you want a blind or directed reading, and I'm happy just to go add that to the chat. I think this has become like a just chatty bit about me ranting about filmmaking and how it's crazy if you do it. But if you want to do a tarot, just let me know. I said put a message in the chat, and we can definitely do a reading on your past, present, and future 3-card draw. Or if you want a blind reading, it's a 4-card draw with the last card being what question of the universe it is. So There we go. That is my experience for filmmaking. What else is a nice chat? Does the chat have any options of what they would like to talk about? I have a lot of topics. My brain's kind of blanking right now on what I should talk about. Okay. Let me think. Let me think. What is a good story? I could talk about the story of the worst job ever. Okay, we got this story, right? I think everybody comes a point in their life, okay, where they get a job when they're first starting out, and they're like, oh yes, I got a part-time job, I'm gonna get money, it's gonna be great. And I've successfully beaten down a bunch of people and who had the worst first job, right? I'm challenged the chat if they also manage to have a worst first job, okay? So hear me out. Okay, this was my very, very first job back when I was in hospital. Okay, so my very first job was that, I guess long story short, I signed up for this like volunteer program in year 9 or something, and it was going to be a lot of money. So what you do as a kid, you're like, I need to get a job so I can pay off for this volunteering thing that totally ended up being a scam. But that's going to be another story, right? At a cafe, right? Now, it was probably dodgy because it was on one of those sites where it's just like, I guess, I don't know where you're in the world, it's the equivalent of like your Gumtree or Craigslist or something like that, right? And I was like, yep, job, cafe, 100% reliable. So obviously I don't know how the exchange rate works in places, but let's just say it was definitely for an amount that probably was kind of dodgy. But it was basically 7 hours straight, no lunch break. They got upset when I wanted to go to the toilet, right? It was a waitressing job, right? And they ended up firing me in 6 months because their friend's kid wanted a job. And I think what makes this more amusing, at least, was later down the track, I'm like talking to a friend who was a chef, and I'm like, oh yeah, I was a waitress, it was great. We were like cutting fish, and they look at me, and they're like, what do you mean you were cutting fish? You're a waitress. And I think that's the best thing about the job, is I was everything. I was like the food restocker. I think they wanted me to sign documents, and I'm like, I don't think I'm even allowed to sign these documents, so I definitely didn't, right? It was 2 people who were, I think they were like, oh, we're young and we're gonna have a dream of making a cafe, but they didn't know what they were doing, so I think getting a kid to do everything was what their option was, right? And yeah, it was definitely a very itchy experience. A lot of people were like, oh, okay then, yeah, but I think what makes it the cake is that I couldn't quit because I had to pay off that money for that dodgy volunteering thing. That I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna fly you to this place, and you're gonna help the people. Except, I genuinely don't think we help the people. But that's gonna be another long story. How about chat, right? Well, tell me about your first hospital job. What is this about, Fab Bonchamin, right? That sounds like a pretty sweet job. Is it pretty stressful? I worked as a loader in pharmacies and in a hospital. That sounds pretty stressful though, to be fair. Do you do like 7-hour shifts or something? I don't know. A fool. I don't even know what a loader is. What? Free labor? No! I mean, okay, to be fair though, I guess if it's work experience, then that's good. I think as long as you're safe is probably the biggest thing. I think that was something that was very lacking in my first job, where I remember they were like, oh, we're gonna go get you to clean the grill fryer. But I was very small back then, and the grill fryer was just like spitting in my face, and I'm like, I don't think this is safe by a long shot, right? But yeah, no, 100%. Don't do that with the grill shot. I mean, the like grill thing. It wasn't very good. Free labor. I think that's the thing. The grind is that when you first start, you definitely need to like volunteer and help to get that EXP. I think, what's this? Basically, I carried everything. Oh, yeah, you gotta be really careful about that. Like, I remember back when I was working in a pizza place, right? They were like, oh yeah, go carry like all these trays. And I'm like, I am a very tiny person. I do not think I'm probably the best person to ask to carry all the pizza trays. Oh, okay. No, but I mean, that sounds pretty cool though. If it's like, I guess, I don't know, does a pharmacy loader be different from like normal moving things? Are there extra levels or things that need to be done? Right? I don't know. I don't know. I guess I don't know much about loading. I know how to load pizza trays. I know about the different types of pizza bases, at least for the particular place I was working at. I don't know if I should mention it. I might get in trouble. What? Almost the same. Okay, because it's all like, don't use your back. Make sure you put your knees in the right thing. Stand up correctly. Don't. I don't know. I mean, I still don't think I know how to lift things properly. I swear I've got bad knees, at least definitely from when I used to play netball, and it's just like, why get me to go lift the pizza trays? I don't know. But okay, no, definitely, this sounds very fun. I mean, lifting things. What, did you have a night shift? Were you like a night loader? I guess I've always been lucky that at least the jobs I had, they've always been reasonably in the day, so we're not needing to run around at night. I think that anyone who night shift works, I feel you're a great strength. I cannot go do all-nighters. I feel I would be so wrecked. It just wouldn't happen. It just wouldn't work. So strength to them for that. I guess I need to do today. What? 6 hours a day and work in the morning. Oh! Oof. Okay. So here's the thing about cafes. We'd be like up at like 5 a.m. start because we gotta give them cafe thingies to the peeps before the shops open up, and they always want their morning coffees. So the question is, how early do pharmacies have to do it? Because I guess if hospitals and pharmacies are like 24/7, the question is like, are they trying to get you to put it down at like at your odd hours, at your 3 a.m.s, at your 4 a.m.s, or are they kind of like pretty chill and they're like, hey, we're open 24/7, doesn't really matter, because I guess as long as it's consistent, people will get their stuff. Unlike cafes, which are like everybody from the shops before they open up want their coffees, so you got to have them all done before the shops open up. I don't know. That's my coffee experience. If anyone ever wants to work at a cafe, at least you know what you're doing. And the chief pharmacist. Oh, that sounds really cool, though. I mean, okay, I guess it's gonna vary, but I guess you'd have a lot of different hours and a lot of different experiences. Do I recommend the cafe life for peeps? I mean, no, you should definitely come to this Tarot Cafe, because we just have odd hours. But as for other cafes, expect very early shifts. I think that's the thing. I've never been in a 24/7 cafe, but definitely, I guess, your most generic cafes expect to be up before the shops open. It usually be like that. Who are these other people in the chats? Join us in the chats, surely, right? Or did you want tarot readings too? I'm determined that I'll give someone else eventually a tarot reading if they want, right? So I don't know. I think, what else is the experience? I think that's the other thing I find with jobs, is they're always like, oh, you want a job in this area? Well, you got to have experiences in the area to get jobs. So I was basically stuck in like working only in cafes for like the longest time, because I really wanted to just get like a retail part-time back in the day. But it was like, nope. You have only experience in cafes. What could possibly transfer over to retail? And I was like, homie, I did like everything in my first cafe, okay? But I guess they think it's something different. Who knows about that? But yep, that's my TED Talk on cafes. The coffee. Oh, okay. Here's a story with coffee shops, right? Okay, I dislike the smell of coffee permanently, right? Because I feel that if you dishwash so many cups, right, like in a place that constantly smell like coffee, the scent of coffee is very difficult to get rid of you. So you just be like, okay, I'm done my shift, I had a shower. Nope, the coffee grounds are sticking to you, right? You can't get rid of it. So genuinely, I will say, I've probably got PTSD. I smell coffee, I'm like, oh my god, it brings me back to the old days. Don't worry, I'm in better places these days, but oof. Coffee, yeah, I don't know. But personally, I've never tried coffee as well. So here's people asking me like, oh, what do you recommend? Oh wait, here's another revelation. You guys are all getting scammed in regards to what's the difference between a latte, a cappuccino, and I forgot the last one. Latte, cappuccino, flat white. The only difference is the foam level, guys. Okay, so knowledge. My TED Talk is that cappuccino is like I think 1 centimeter foam. Wait, is this right? 2 centimeter foam, I think. From memory, it's the thickest foam, and it just got the chocolate sprinkles. And I think your flat white 0.5, and your latte is like a 1. So same thing as you get like a macchiato or something like that. It just has extra shots. So when people were like, oh yeah, I'll go take like a cappuccino with an extra shot, I think that was like, okay, my brain's a little fuzzy, but that's essentially like another one where I'm just like, guys, coffee's all the same. Shh. But okay, except for the beans. Okay, that's something different. I would definitely recommend. That would change depending which cafe. But yeah, I guess if you want your value for money, go get a flat white. I guess unless you really like chocolate sprinkles, or I guess you could just ask for a flat white with the chocolate sprinkles on the non-existent form. Oh wait, we've got more people in the chat. Welcome, friends. We turned this into like a just chatting, but like if you genuinely want to do tarots, just say hi in the chat and ask a question, and then I can do a tarot reading on a 3-card draw. But as of now, I'm just talking about how everyone's getting scammed at cafes and going a giant rant on that. Go on, guys, join my chat. I feel like I'm just talking to air. Or we can do a blind reading, surely. Someone say they want to do a blind reading. I want to do a tarot. I'm very excited. Basically, when my runes come in the mail, I'll be able to also be able to do rock readings, so I'm really excited to be able to do that as well. Eventually. We can change topics. What else are we changing topics to? Do we have any topics from the chat on what they would like to do? Or we can just vibe. Well, we got this. Half my former classmates worked in coffee shops as well. I think that's the vibe though, because it's like it's okay. I will say the good thing about coffee shops is that overall it's pretty flexible. So if you need to like moosh, I guess, studies and like a part-time job, right? Most of the time, assuming you've got like a block day free or something, a cafe is like, yeah, we'll take you on. That'll be something fun to do. But I don't know. I feel jealous of anyone who had those nice like retail shops. My old friend. What? How do you break a wall? Okay, here's me struggling, whereas just like, I just want to get a job and get like, and just not get replaced because every man and his dog wants to be a waitress, and it's not even that great either. But yeah, I've got questions, Fab Bon Chemin. How did he break wall? What? Okay, like, as far as I'm concerned, I had, like, this big yelling thing because I broke a cup. And I was like, the dishwasher is slippery, it's soap, right? Things happen. To this day, I stood at, I got even more cafe stories. Okay, here's the thing. You find in hospitality, no one comes out of hospitality, right, without having a funny hospitality story of how amazing customers can be. Right? Okay, so hear me out. This is my best story from my cafe experience. One day in my very first cafe, my manager walks up to me and he's like, hey, you have to apologize to the customer. And I'm like, what I do wrong? Because I'm like a goody two-shoe if you kind of get my vibes, right? And then what happened is that they're like, okay, the lady, you got to apologize to her because you didn't tell her the beans were hot. I'm like, the baked beans? I'm like, yeah, the baked beans. You didn't tell her that the baked beans were hot. So supposedly she burnt her tongue, and obviously that's very unfortunate. But it was a very strange situation where I had to go to someone, and I was like, I'm very sorry that the baked beans were hot, right? And I don't know, I feel like you get this in customer service. You're like, but they were baked. I told they were hot. Right? But I don't know. I guess there's customer service for you. For that. I don't know. Very interesting. So, I don't know. I guess Fab, what? He broke the wall because he was very angry with Karen the Pie. Never underestimate the people. Oh my goodness. No, I think, do we have any chat stories from the chat? We may have had interesting situations from people being, I don't know, I guess the best way to say it is being interesting. Oscar Risky, if you want to do some tarots, just put something in the chat. I'm happy to do that. I think that was the chatty stuff is just to kind of fill in between the tarots. But we can keep talking about cafes if that's something you're interested in. I'm really quite flexible in how this works. I kind of want to do someone's tarots as well. I don't know. Also, Fab, I've got so many questions on what exactly caused your friend to break a wall. I felt this Karen must have had a very, I don't know. There's like different levels of Karen. I feel like to break a wall, there'd be like a story behind this, and now I want tea. This is exactly why I've got the tea over here for that, right? Do we have any stories from the chat? Surely we have some stories for the chat. I'm here for the tea. Okay. In the meanwhile, also, if anyone's got any questions, please ask in the tarets. I want to do the tarets for somebody. Okay. What else is there? I don't know. I've got mini stories, but I think they're not as eventful as the baked bean ones. I think I had someone once. I guess say, oh yeah, what was this? Oh, but why? What was she doing? I guess it's like stubborn and stubborn. Like it's just like, oh, I don't know, my tea's really hot. Can you fix it or something? And you're just like, okay, I'll just get you a new tea. But she's like, oh, I don't want the new tea or something like that. That could be stubborn. Or stubborn could be like, I need you to please leave the building, and I guess they don't leave. How does the stubborn break a wall? I'm very confused. There's so many questions. I need to know the tea. Like, yeah, once again, different levels of Karen. I think the other Karen I've ever had at a cafe, yeah, it was like, yeah, the spring roll is dry or something. And I'm like, what do you expect me to do about it? About the coffee and the appearance. I guess that's what makes it hard. Oh, latte art is another thing altogether. So, okay, here's another thing for the chat. If you can't do latte art like me, you can get chocolate sauce, and you can just do a squiggle and run like a thermometer. What my friend had? Oh, okay, really? Okay, that just seems like a them problem, to be honest. If the Karen was like upset with someone with long hair, um, I don't know. That's a shame. Honestly, I'm like, oof. Okay, well, but okay. How does this escalate to breaking a wall, though? Right? What does a person? What is the chat's tolerance for thinking a wall needs to be broken? Okay, we've got many questions here, right? Like, did they say something bad to the person that caused them to break the wall? Also, when you say break the wall, are we talking like a tiny dent? Are we talking like an item getting thrown at the wall? Right? Like, what exactly happened? There's so many questions, right? What else is there? I think now that I'm listening to this story, I'm like, oh, my cafe experience is very uneventful. Um, Compared to someone breaking a wall. What's this? Broke the wall with his fist. Oh, okay. It was a fist punch of rage. Fascinating. Interesting. I want to know what this Karen said. Spill the tea. I need to know. Hey, we have another person join the chat. Okay, other additional person who joined the chat. If you want to do tarot readings, ask me a tarot question in the chat. I do a 3-card reading, and it could be on anything. It could be like my career. It could be like a question about somebody, about what's going to happen in the next week. Anything of importance to you. I don't know. But no, Fab here, he's given us the story about how someone broke a wall with their fist, which is very fascinating. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I wish his fist all the best, that it didn't hurt too much, and I hope the wall's okay by the end of it. But do you have any stories personally, Fab, about things being interesting at the works? I mean, come on, there's always tea about something, right? But I don't know. Probably have more funny stories about. Oh, I got confused for another employee once. Where I think they broke something, and they're like, you broke that thing last time. Like, that's like the final time you're gonna break something. And I was like, nope, this cup was the first cup I broke in here. Pretty sure it's the wrong person. And yeah, they totally mistook me for another person, and they were going on a rant about how I totally broke it, the other thing. And I was like, no, I totally didn't break it. And I was just like going that round in circles. I think, yep, that's cafe jobs. What's this? What? Okie dokie. Well, I'm very confused now what's going on. But I hope that their face was okay, and I hope that the Oh, okay. This gives me more. Okay, you can't just throw comments like that without no context. I was like, I don't know how to respond to this. Okay, no, that makes more sense, and that sounds pretty intense. Okay, I mean, I don't know. What's the best story I've got? I remember, for anyone who's done those VR rooms where, oh, what's this? I'm not. Okay, um, but yeah, I don't. This is what happens when you read the first line. I was like, oh, okay, am I gonna respond to this? Panic mode activated. But yeah, no, I had a VR session once where I'd highly recommend them if anyone tries it. But I think we're like it's a shooter game, and I remember seeing like the gun. My friend had like the gun animation and moved towards me, and I was like, oh, that's cool because I'm in a game. No, no, this is VR gaming. So then I proceed to actually get gun button in the face because someone too close to me. And I was like, oof, here we go, VR in real life. Full feeling of gun going towards me, very realistic, but highly recommend it. But oh my goodness, okay, well, I hope your friend was okay. That sounds pretty intense though, in regards to that. Like, I guess I hope their face was alright. A machine gun? How do machine guns work? I guess, am I allowed to ask this? That sounds really cool. I guess, what is this? He's fine. I have my friends, I guess, who have done army stuff, and it seems pretty intense. I feel the physical strength and probably, like, fortitude that you gotta have to constantly be, I don't know, I guess, like, told orders to do and then get things done, that would just probably stress me totally out. What is this? During the lesson, we're taught to assemble this. Oh, I have heard that before. I heard as well that they have this rule that you always need to lock your guns up or something because and that the ruling is that if your particular gun right is like taken or something and it may have not been you that did it, if it was because you locked it, you forgot to lock it up or something, it's like 100% on you. So they're very strict about like keeping all your stuff like locked up and safe and that sort of thing. But I don't know, I guess it might vary for different places, but that's what I heard. Oh, did you do like a lot of things like what do you call it? Like what's it called where you have a map and you gotta like follow the map? That's not orientation. That's not right. The thing, it's like you gotta follow what the thing says on the map. So, okay, here's my story time. I guess like I have done, what do you call it, scouts or something in the past. So I have done my dawn service and like that's rough for anyone who's done that. It's like no, it's too early in the morning, and then you're just stuck there standing. I think if anyone you see the videos where people faint, I'm like it's probably very easy to. You're just kind of standing there for long periods. You're not really moving around. You got to like stand still. So yeah, definitely very interesting. Have you done a dawn service or something like that before? What is it? Fab Bonchaman is part of your training. I mean, that'd be a very interesting experiences. What the hiking or the orientation is, or it's not orientation. There's a word for it where there's a map, and then you follow the map. We marched. Oh, so you would have done that. Okay, that sounds pretty intense, right? Did you have like the cool outfits as well? And like, I don't know, what else did they do? I'm trying to remember all the stuff my friends told me who actually do this stuff. Because I guess it also varies as well from place to place and what they do. I think they were saying there was one where it's like it's very cold, it's raining, you still have to go do all that stuff. What is this? Oh, just a regular uniform. Okay, no, that's fair. I think sometimes they have the formal code for like I guess formal events, and then you have like your other outfit for I guess when you're actually doing a bunch of stuff. But that sounds wow. Okay, that sounds pretty intense then. Do you have any like really cool stories? I guess from like when you were like there. I don't know hardest situation you've been in there because I don't know. I hear from a lot of people sometimes like the military can get pretty intense. Or at least I don't know if training had the same thing, but they definitely like I guess push you to your limits. And kudos for them for doing that. I think I don't know. I probably wouldn't last. Even already like hiking and stuff, it's like my legs are gonna fall off. I'm not gonna last. But okay, no, very very cool. I guess for me, my experience as far as it goes, probably scouts, and then we have like, your little scarves and your badges, and then you like complete the little missions, and then you get more badges. But no, very wholesome. If for anyone who I don't know, I guess everyone would probably be too old for scouts. But my friend, the military teacher, your friend sounds like a very interesting person. Okay, they combated a war, and they got the beef with the teachers. I don't know. Do you want to start beef with the military teacher? I feel like out of all the teachers, that's the one teacher you don't want to stop. Hey, we have more streamer peeps, Twitcher peeps in the chat. Okay, other Twitcher peeps in the chat, if you want to ask Tarot questions, because I keep forgetting to mention this over and over again, pop them in the chat. We are also doing tarots, but we're kind of doing like an intermediate chatty time until someone asks me to go do a tarot draw. Basically, you can ask any questions for the tarots. There could be things about, I think Fab Bonchimin made some lovely ones about careers and his friend or their friend. And then now we're just chatting about military. And I guess as far as I'm concerned, I've only probably got scouting experience, but Fab's got some pretty crazy stuff going on, which is like, whoa, or at least his friend. But as for the most part, Fab, I guess you don't, things aren't very eventful for you. I mean, like, did you not have any rough stories of being in your military training or anything like that? Was there any difficulties that you had to, like, go above and beyond to achieve? Or was it kind of just like, I don't know, pretty coasty? I don't know what military training is like in different places. I guess, like, from what I've heard from friends, it's definitely probably pretty rough from, I guess, like, from what I've heard from them. I would not survive. Maybe I don't know. No, I would not survive. There's nothing I could do. I just fail, like, probably the physicality stuff. It's like, can you lift something? Or I'm the sort of person that asks people nicely to help me lift stuff. Um, yeah, no, what we got in regards to your friend, or I guess yourself, is there anything of it? And other people chat, you're welcome to join the chat and chat with me. I don't know, what is it? Where's it go? It was school. Oh, okay, that's true. I guess I don't really know much about how that works in school, so it's probably fine. I guess my friends who, like, are military, it's like, oh boy. Oh, we have someone else joining the chat. Welcome to the chat, Jermaine130. Okay, it was more boring. Really? It was more boring than rough? I feel like, okay, from what I've heard, they, like, make you run around and, like, it'll be pouring, and they're like, we don't care, you need to, like, jump in this bunker that you gotta dig or something, and then assemble the weapons, and then I don't know, something like that. I'm like, you dig a hole in what? In Brady? I'm like, no. This sounds terrible. I like, I don't know, comfy roof over my head and warm showers. It's just, no. What? I guess, oh, okay, well, tell me why it was boring, Jermaine. You gotta expand more, right? Or at least, I guess, I don't know, you gotta give me some more of the deets, give me more of the tea. Also, yeah, you're welcome to have a tarot reading as well. This stream is definitely labeled tarots, and we've only done like 2. So if you have any life questions, just ask him. We have Risky's back. Probably depends on country department. Yeah, that's true, because I guess we've also got, like, okay, once again, it's going to differ in different places, but there's, like, what, your Navy, your ground forces, wait, my brain's hurting, and Air Force, there we go, that's the last one. I hear, from what people say, if you were, like, forced to pick, I think they say try go for the Air Force. It tends to be mostly people, like, directing people where to go, but I don't know much about it. I feel this is always one of the things where, like, I did my, I don't know, dawn service as far as I'm concerned, and I'm just like, I don't think this is going to be the thing for me. I'm just not built for this sort of stuff. Oh, free labor, oh boy. Okay, well, that's pretty rough. I guess, like, it's nice that, I guess, things are being done for the country and that sort of thing, but, I guess I feel lucky that at least where I'm at, there's no, like, compulsory service. But I think that would be pretty stressful if it was like, hey, everybody, you have to now join. I'd be like, I don't think I'm very useful in this situation. I can be a shield. I don't know. I can be moral support. I'll be the cheerleader. I escaped. Oh no. Yeah, because that's the thing. It's like, I feel, yeah, if there was, definitely there's no conscription here, but I feel like, oh, that would be very stressful for the places that do have it. Oh, I mean, I think, what, I don't know. I don't want to, oh, what's this? Mine had a Mandarin camp for seniors, which is easily the worst fight. Okay, we got teen, we got story time. You gotta expand, okay? What happened in those 5 days? That's probably more of a curiosity thing where I'm just kind of like, explain. Whether the bugs, was it the lack of food? Oh, that was the other thing I heard about. But it wasn't even tough. What? But why was it worse then? So it was just like, what, lack of resources? Oh, it's just the dust. No! Dusty Dust probably doesn't help. It was Dune with this. Okay, I mean, I'm excited for Dune 3 coming out. Was it sand everywhere? No, this reminds me of the Star Wars joke where it's like, I hate the sand, it's coarse and rough or something. Oh my goodness. Okay, no, that's fair. I hear bugs are probably one of the worst things as well, that are kind of in the situation. There's a lot of bugs, and I don't know. I think for the places that I've had friends, they also say the food is in the little sachets or something, that aren't all that great either, but they also last forever. So you just go like, okay. I mean, it's probably, they gotta do what they gotta do, but it's definitely not world luxury there. It seems kind of rough. Oof. I mean, I'm excited for June 3 coming out. I mean, I haven't read the books, but whenever that comes out, we need to come out. I want to see it in cinemas. I saw 1 and 2 in cinemas, right? Anyone else here Dune fans? Well, okay, once again, I'm not really Dune fan. I just like watching the movies. I know there's the loyalists that read the books. People say that the books, after they get like a certain point, get kind of weird, so I don't know, I guess if they're going to make them into movies. But I don't know, we'll see for that. Oh, Jermaine, do you want to do a tarot reading? Come on, someone give me some questions for tarot readings. It was supposed to be a tarot stream, but I feel it just becomes a just chatting, like, chat thing. I don't know. I just really want to do someone's tarot at some point. Or another one again. I've got the deck of cards, I'm ready. Let's go. Yeah, let's go! I'm supposed to be here to do tarot. This is because it's chatting. Watch this. We're going to change into it. Now, Jermaine 130, now you have decided to review I will do the disclaimer. Any futures reviewed are as reliable as the random cat girl on the internet. Probably don't make important decisions based on these, but let's go. Give me a question and we'll do a directed reading. Past, present, and future. I do a 3-card draw. What would you like to ask the tarots about specifically? Right, so this could be about, I don't know, I think our previous question was on specifically in regards to career and a friend. You can ask what does your mind want to ask the tarots? Right? What aspect, at least, would you like to direct the mystic forces and the mystic powers in regards to your past, present, and future? And if obviously it's about yourself, you can say how accurate or inaccurate you think that things are. So let's go. I will draw your cards, but I need a question to summon the powers of the mystic forces and what you feel like. Okay. Or if you're thinking that's totally fine. Here we go. Okay, we're asking a question on education. Let's go. Summoning the powers, we're going to do 3-card draw for your past, present, and future in regards to education. Let's go. Okay, your first card is, okay, well, maths is doing 17, so we got the star, right? Let's go have a look at the star. We got a character card. I don't think I've also drawn this one before. Let's have a look. Maths. That's not right. Wait. The star. Here we go. So, talks about in your past, alright? There's a lot of, in regards to, education, right? I guess it does say that in regards to education specifically, there's like a lot of optimism and hope, right? It says that, I don't know, maybe you had a lot of cooperation and innovation in regards to your education previously, right? Okay, you've had, okay, I don't know what this means. I guess you had a lot of long-standing situations. So, I guess in regards to your past, I guess it says that maybe you're very hopeful with your education, you have a lot of dreams or goals or something you're going for. You've been lucky to have people that you've been able to cooperate with. So it seems to be a pretty positive past for what it seems for education. Then again, it could be something that maybe there's brief flickers or moments where it has been, and that's why, you're obviously continuing education, and it hasn't been a total, I don't want to touch this anymore, it's terrible. So that is regards to your past, right? There's a little hope. Obviously, you're anxious, but I want to assume that you had a good enough time, I guess, or decent enough that you want to continue education, and it's not something you totally despise. Okay, so we have also drawn for your present. We have the Hermit, which is another character card, which is the 9th. So let's go have a look. Okie dokie. It says in regards to your present, in regards to education specifically, right? And this is probably very relevant in regards to, college. It says to potentially break any unnecessary habits, right? So you could be in a time right now where temptation is a very, very tempting thing. It just says to, take the time as the present to eliminate any unhealthy ruts and routines. Um, it actually says maybe even some of your friends have been taking your time away, potentially driving you crazy. So if there's anyone that's potentially a bad influence right now, it's a good way as you probably go to start the college. It says, you can get all that negative energy out of your life. You have a chance to basically, as we go into your next chapter, you can leave some of those bad things behind as you go. So that talks about your present. I don't know in particular if you have anything that's kind of, I don't know, maybe dead weight or things that are holding you back. But that is what the cards are saying right now, where this is as of now, as of the present, right? Yeah, this is the thing. Why, thank you. This is how cards work. Is that when you do a directed reading, it's going to be able to, I don't know, target it better. Normally these are better done in person, but we're gonna go as far as we can in regards to online. But I'm happy that was helpful for you. Okay, so in regards to your future, we have drawn the Five of Cups. So let's go have a look at what the Five of Cups will give us an insight into. Okay. Okay. I'm going to give you a warning reading. And here's the thing, remember the future is not set in stone. As long as you are aware of things, you'll be fine. Be your best decent being, but it is a warning for your future. It says in regards to things, it says that in regards to education, or at least getting your best path, you want to make sure that you keep your emotions in check. Potentially it's even hinting that things might be a little bit stressful. So you want to make sure that, you keep your emotions in check. You're going to hopefully get through things. Things may not be what they seem. Obviously, this will be something that will make more sense as you go into college, right? Beware of deception and illusion, right? Reinforce your beliefs with facts and demand the same from others, and take care of unfinished business. So this will probably link to the present. If there's anything that eventually, I guess college might be a transient time. I'm going to probably say it might have something to do with you probably get passengers for anyone who's obviously done studies, who kind of just probably take all your notes and don't give anything back. It's probably just saying, in general, the healthiest way through for it is, as long as you keep your emotions in check, just be aware of people who are maybe deceptive and don't have the best things in force. You know your heart, okay, on what your beliefs are. So as long as you stay true to them, right, and that if people aren't being fair the other way, right, you don't really need them, right? So stay true to your values and you'll be fine. That is, I guess, your warning reading for college. Once again, as reliable as I can on the internet. But I think that's your best way going to college. I think you'll be fine, my friend. But yeah, don't let your emotions hold you back. Okay, you got this, homie. You're gonna go in there with flying colors. You'll be fine. Okay, so there we go. That is your reading for in regards to your education. I hope it gives you a little bit of insight of things to look forward to, an insight into your past and an insight into your present. There we go. Boom! I did another tarot. I'm very happy with that. I love doing tarots. Magic cat girl. Yeah, give me the power of the future. I mean, that's what this stream was supposed to be. I think it's unfortunately became a very just chatty session, but I think I like definitely doing tarots with people makes me really happy. It's really enjoyable. And sometimes people going, oh my goodness, thank you. It just kind of gives me things to think about. Yeah, that's the point of these, right? I know there was a fellow previously in the chat who said maybe, was it Risky? If Risky's still in the chat, maybe Risky's left already. We don't know. Risky, you can ask a question if you want as well. Jermaine, if you want to ask another question, you're welcome to do so. If there's any other people in the chat who want to ask a question, yes, Risky used to hear. Come on, Risky. Do you have a question? She moved to another continent. Oh, okay. Honestly, Jermaine, I'm really happy if they help. Obviously, it's probably just saying, I would say warning readings can be a bit spooky, so I'm generally to peeps, it's take it with a grain of salt, don't get paranoid, right? But it's got promise, so I think you'll be fine. But yes, Risky, if you've got a question you want to ask the card, see, Fat, What Fab? Sorry, oh my god. Fab Bon Chamin has done a reading, and Jermaine has done a reading. Risk, you gotta ask a question for the cards. I hope I can give you some insight into things that hopefully can help. Right? Surely. I don't know. Come on. Or would you like to do a blind reading? Those are totally valid. If you generally just like I have the one of, here we go. Oh, you still okay? I'm so sorry if the lag's still kind of busted. I don't know. I gotta go back and kind of fix that at some point. But I appreciate you guys letting me know. I think it's probably like the setup I've got is kind of a dodgy laptop. Yes, it's computer connected to connected with Wi-Fi. I probably should try smack it. What they always say in Ethernet or something. I'm sorry. I use a MacBook. So this probably shows how terrible I am. Everyone's just like, oh, please stop it. Here we go. Like, maybe with Ethernet, yeah, that might be something I'd give it a go. But I appreciate it. We're in early stages, third stream. I hope okay, here's the thing. Is the microphone at least not making a humming fan like noise? Because that was something really bad on my first stream. Not really first. I like to call it the test stream, and there was a really bad like more like noise in the background. And I think I've got something now in play. Not that okay, so we fixed the microphone, and now we just got to fix the lagging issue. A little. Oh, there's still the fan. Okay, the fan noise. Okay, thanks for letting me know, because I guess it's like kind of rough on my side where like I don't really know. I can't tell. Oh, there's a bit of static. Okay, honestly, I've got like the cheapest hobo setup. It's literally just like a MacBook with like a kind of a cheaper mic attached to headphone thing. So it's definitely for something for future where I'll probably invest in like fixing. But at least it's not something horrible where like if you genuinely have like something really like an ugly sound blaring in the background, I'm like, oh, you know, that is something I gotta fix. I will look into maybe the lag and trying to get this linked up to like a direct Ethernet to give that. But I hope they'll be able to help in regards to that. Oh, if you turn up the volume up high. Okay, yeah. Someone recommended there's like OBS settings. I tried to put a bunch of random stuff and then be like, was that working? I probably just keep playing around with the settings. Like each stream's gonna be like, hey guys, is the microphone slightly better than last time? Yeah, it's gonna be a work in progress. Nostalgic. What? Well, we're in early stages of stream. Unfortunately, like all those amazing VTubers who actually have a cool setup, I've got like I don't know, the scrub setup. It'll be one of those evolution things where you'll have like the first video where it's like barely hearable audio, terrible lag, and then hopefully it'll evolve into something where like when I actually can get like a proper setup, it'll, you know, I'll be able to do like what all the other cool VTubers do, like actual games and stuff, and not just chats that I'm basically stuck on until I can get a better setup. But I appreciate the feedback. Oh yeah, that might be something I'll look into. I'll definitely have a look. Yeah, what is Mac doing these days? The computers don't have any like what do you call it, like the normal plugs that all the other PCs. I know everyone keeps like amongst my friends they always laugh that I'm the Mac user. I'm like, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm too far in the Apple ecosystem now to like basically get out. But the future thing that I'll go look into. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is probably wrap up in maybe like 10 minutes or so. Is there anyone who else wants to do a tarot reading? Surely, right? If you have a laptop, okay, yeah. Is there anyone else? I'm happy to do one more reading, and then we might be able to call it from then, because I gotta get things to do. But I appreciate, oh my god, thank you so much guys for coming. Like, I was kind of scared that I'd be like, this is really odd hours for what I usually would probably plan to do, but people came to the chat, which is really good. So Risky, did you want to do it? I love features. iPhones have. Oh, okay then. I guess yeah, I probably wouldn't be able to figure out how to use my phone properly, but yeah, that might be something where I look into as like an alternative to try and get that sorted in regards to lag. But I appreciate you guys definitely letting me know. It gives me like things to get better with as well. But for the most part, I'm just kind of like, okay, yeah, I super duper appreciate it. I will work on these things and will get better each stream, I promise. Okay, we can do a blind reading. Okay, Risky, you get how it is. Getting a dedicated microphone in the headphones might fix the static. This is the problem is that I don't have any, like, what do you call it, like, ports to put the microphone in. This is, like, Apple people problems. I will look into it. Okay. I will look into how exactly I'm going to go get this sorted. I'll see if the new mic will fix it, and hopefully, I know this is a MacBook moment because like all the microphones, I actually do have a Blue Yeti, except it only fits into my old MacBook, which actually has like the USB port. But that MacBook is so ancient that it would not be able to run like the Vtuber software. It would just cry and be like, no, it's not happening. So I've got one of these weird moments where it's like I do have a mic, but it cannot go in computer, and I'm just like, what am I gonna do? And I think the mic had problems when I was trying to use like the extension, like it goes. You can put it in and then it extends to your mic or something, but the mic was not having it. So I'm just kind of like, yeah, this might be something where I just have to update equipment at some point. But there's so many things to get, very expensive times. A future goal that I'm going to eventually do. Okay. So, for last tarot, do we want to do like a blind reading for everybody maybe? I don't know if you can do tarots this way. Can we just be like, hey guys, can we just have some general tarots? Give me some general advice from the chat for like, I don't know, having a good next 3 months or something. I don't know. Do you want to guys give that a shot? Does anyone do a specific reading? I find specific readings tend to be the best. Or everyone's tarotted out. That's totally fine as well. I just really like doing tarots. I find they're really fun, right? I don't know. No, that's totally fine then. Maybe? Yeah, okay, we'll do a blind reading tarot. Maybe this will apply to something in chat, right? General, why not? Okay, we're gonna do general reading. Often, this will probably apply to only one person. When you do a general, it's just gonna like, the tarot's gonna pick one of you randoms, and one of these is gonna apply, maybe not. Let's do general reading. 1, 2, 3, 4, tarot. The tarots, there we go. For your first card for a general, right? Oh, we pulled the Hermit again. Okay, let's have a look. What is this? Give me a few seconds. Okay. Well, it says everybody in the chat. as your blind reading, as of now, the tarot is saying that it's actually saying to everybody, hey, we all have some really bad habits we gotta break, homies. So in regards to the tarot, it's talking about we all probably have some, we need to take some steps to eliminate something in our lives right now in regards to the rough area of this problem, right? And yeah, so habits is where the problem, bad habits is basically where it's saying to the general chat on what it is. Now let's go into a past, which is 5 of Cups. We're gonna go this, I'm going the wrong way, there we go, 5 of Cups. Okay. Yep, same thing. I guess I think we had a similar reading with 5 of Cups as well, where it was talking about specifically being aware of, I guess, like, I don't know how to say this. It's the same thing with saying things aren't what they seem. So it's probably just saying in the past, it's like, yep, well, there's a bunch of things in the past that we need to probably sort out. And we got to reflect back and be like, we got to change things up basically because things aren't happening right now, that we got to break some habits or something. So once again, general readings are a little bit more tricky. They tend to be a bit more vague and they're harder to pinpoint. For our present, we've got what are we? 6 of Wands. Let's have a look at what a 6 of Wands is. Swords. Oh, okay. So for present, in regards to our hobbies and bad habits, it says not to be afraid to ask questions. Like literally, that's what it says. So in regards to our bad habits, it's literally probably a reflection tarot. It's just saying, you know, if we need help breaking out of these current bad habits, maybe being a little bit competitive. So if there's something that we're actually trying to go for, maybe instead of these bad habits, we should be doing the thing that we want to do instead. Says, don't be afraid to ask questions. What is this? Apologies are in the stars. Okay, maybe it's just saying that we gotta stop, just the being sorry for ourselves. We just gotta do what we're actually supposed to be doing instead of procrastinating. I think this is literally what the tarots are saying, guys. Stop procrastinating. Do what we're supposed to be doing for our future, I guess, or the best. I think this is a procrastination reading, if anything. We got a Three of Cups, right? Let's go to our cups. Cups. Where are we? Cups. Three of Cups reversed. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, that's a cute way for a final thing for everybody, right? It just says, don't let disappointment get in the way of happiness. And then, be aware of overindulgence and depression. Okay, so honestly, this just seems like a general reading saying, everybody, we probably all have a bunch of bad habits we gotta, like, reflect and probably do more constructive things on. If there's things holding you back with these bad habits, e.g. disappointment, we gotta just, like, let it go and, work towards the things we want, because that's going to be able to bring us happiness in the end, right? I hope that works as, like, a general reading for everything, because I feel like it's even applying to me at this point, where I'm like, I have so many things I'm procrastinating on. But yeah, I hope that hits home for people. I hope that gives a little bit of advice. Chase what you actually want, and if I guess you've got a bunch of bad habits eating up your time, procrastinating 300 questions. See, that's the question, is should you study 300 plus exam questions? Is that gonna really make you, is this gonna make you a real happy person, right? If you're studying this. Why? This is true. I didn't realize I could never do all-nighters, and for the people who can actually pull this off, I'm just like, how? It make no sense, right? But yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed the general reading. Oh, I'm doing that right. Well, this reading's super applicable. Are you sure this reading wasn't for you, Risky? Maybe you should be, instead of talking to the mystic cat girl online, maybe you should be doing what you're supposed to be. Still in the... Okay, well, the tarot is saying that maybe you should get back to studying. So please promise me, now that we've reached the end of the stream, that you're gonna study and do not hop into some other person's stream and continue doing a little studying while listening. Okay, well, it says to get rid of the bad habits, so homie, you gotta, like, just get into the zone, right? For that happiness, so when you get that sweet A on your mark. Oh no, I should be studying right now. Are you telling me the whole chat is basically procrastinating right now? Are you telling me the tarots are like, homies, everybody's procrastinating and everybody should be studying? You're at the entire chat. Congratulations. I'm generally okay. Well, I'm glad to be of a service. I'm glad that tarots told you you're supposed to be studying. My final advice is, everybody, get studying, because you don't want to be doing it all nighter, and you probably don't. No problem. I already found. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, yeah. Get rid of your bad study habits, guys. That's what the tarots are telling you. And, I'm sure, at least, definitely, I think pacing yourself is a good thing. I know a lot of people like to be sleepers for the week, but I can assure you, when you're doing a test and you have no sleep, the answers are probably not going to come to you. So, that's a wrap for tonight, or today, or the morning, or whatever time everybody's at right now. But I wish you all the best for studying, and may you come, get flying colors on all your tests and whatnot. Okay, I'm glad that the final tarot reading actually worked for everybody. Well,